Patience, Daniel-san. That's what he said in Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi. Patience. That's what I want to talk with you guys about today, the importance of patience. I used to be really strong in the gym once upon a time. I used to deadlift like pretty well for my weight and even my age. It was the thing that I was good at, and one of the exercises that I was strongest at. And at one point, when I was consistently training my deadlifts week in, week out, and progressively overloading the exercise, I maxed out at 180 kilos I was able to do like 10 reps at one point. One time I managed 13, don't ask me how. And at the top end of my lifting, I was able to hit 220 kilos, which is, I don't know, in pounds, like 450 pounds, I think. I can't remember the exact math, for a single rep. But I would comfortably be deadlifting 3 plates, 140, like nothing. And it was something that I was consistently doing week in, week out and getting stronger at. And today, in 2021, on the 30th of April, I'm deadlifting only 160 kilos for 5 reps on my top end. Now, I say only relative to where I was, not only to anybody who trains or lifts, right? So I was a lot stronger before. I was a lot stronger than I am now. And my strength has decreased. And purely because I've stopped focusing on my strength training. It's not something that I've prioritized over the past 2 years, maybe. It's not been a focus of mine to progressively get stronger. And so naturally, my strength has regressed. It's nowhere near what it was before, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. And I'm not looking and saying, I should be deadlifting 220. I should be doing this. I was doing that. I'm just starting with where I am right now. And I'm progressively getting myself back to where I was, or near enough to there, without putting the unnecessary pressure on myself or comparing myself to my past. I'm just living in the present, working through where I am now, being kind to myself, and just realizing that, hey, things are different now. Before, I was literally living in the gym, working in the gym. I was doing a lot more self-care with the foam roller for mobility. Like, bodybuilding was my life. And so naturally, you get what you focus on. And I was purely focused on training, on bodybuilding, getting stronger. And so that's what I got. Where my mindset, my focus has shifted more on my business and coaching and helping others. It's been less about my selfish goals and more about serving. And so, of course, I'm not going to be where I was physically, because I'm having a different growth in my life. It's more mental growth right now. And so something's going to compromise, something's going to take a back seat. And for me, that was my strength training, because I wasn't focused on it. And instead of me rushing back to where I was, trying to go super heavy again and probably rip something, I'm just being patient. I'm just being patient and realizing that, hey, this is where I am. This is what I've got. And this is the journey. This is what I've got to do to get back there. And it's so true for everything in life, where you might have fallen off track. You might have been in a different place than where you are now. And you might feel like you've gone backwards, but everything is relative to the situation you're in. And so you can't compare to your past successes or live in past triumphs and be like, well, I used to be like this, I was like that, because circumstances change and scenarios change. And so where you are now is where you are. And so you should never try to push yourself and stress yourself out mentally or physically because you're not where you were. You just focus on where you are and be patient to get back to that place. And so for me, my training now is progressively getting better as the weeks go on. I'm not living in what I used to do. I don't even care what I used to do, because again, circumstances change, goals change, vision changes. But I'm just being patient with myself, with my body, because if you try to push too hard just to try to be where you were, that's where things break. That's where you damage muscles, right? That's where in life you push too hard and then you fall off track, you lose motivation. And so really what I'm sharing with you is a metaphor for anything in your life where you were in a certain place and you're not back there, and it feels like you're going backwards, but you can't ever compare to where you were before. You have to start with where you are now, use what you've got, and you can only look forward to where you're going to be. And that's just one of the great things I love about training, is that it humbles you to these life lessons that you have to adopt and take into your everyday life, and realize that the lessons that you're learning when you're training in the gym are applicable to everything else that you're working on outside of the gym. And so if you're trying to grow your business, if you are trying to do something in your life that you weren't doing before, or that you've had success with in a different area before and you're not there yet, you just have to be patient with yourself and realize that you're going to build the muscle, you're going to build the skill over time. And as time passes and the more you refine that skill muscle, the stronger you get, the more you can withstand, the more success you'll have. And so I just want to share that with you today, to practice patience. Be patient in your endeavors for whatever it is that you're working towards. Things will come. We're in this instant gratification age where we expect things now, faster, quicker. We've got Amazon Prime, we've got Netflix TV shows we can binge on. We have everything and anything we want as fast as we want. And so we're becoming an impatient civilization where we want things faster, quicker, easier. And we're forgetting that some things take time. You can't rush the growth of a tree, the blossoming of a flower. You can't rush the growth of a child. These things take time. And so in your life, the things that you want to happen now, to happen faster, happen sooner, they're just going to take time. And you have to learn to practice this discipline if you are going to have these things and be able to sustain them. That's what I got for you today. Power of patience. Be patient in your pursuit for whatever it is you want, and things that you want will soon be actualized. Hope you guys have a great weekend. If you have any comments, drop them down below and share this out. Share this message out to the world. I want to let everybody know this vital lesson that we all need to practice more of, which is patience. And if you practice your patience, things will start to unfold. The flower will blossom, the trees will grow, and you will get the things you want. Valuable skill to have, a discipline to execute on. It's going to serve you well in life. Wish you all the best.